Today, guys, we'll be discussing the match between Hearts and Celtic. It finished 2-each. It was a riveting game. It had cards, fights, goals, and new signings, different dynamics, players injured, everything. It had everything, guys. So if you do enjoy this kind of content, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and put in post notifications, and let's get into the video. If you haven't watched it already, watch the highlights to this game. So today we had Rangers v Dundee and Hearts v Celtic at Tynecastle. So, and everybody, this was it kind of went under the radar, this game, because there was so many talk around the title race and what could happen. So Celtic went here, Martin O'Neill, and he's been on a good run. They might not be playing the best, but they're getting results. Everybody were unsure because Devlin was out for Hearts, Shanklin, Beningame, sorry. So it was a very highly anticipated test, and the match kicked off, both teams were at it, but Celtic got a free kick, and Nygren, we all know what he can produce, because I think he went under the radar because of how bad Celtic have been this season, but he hits a wonderful free kick. It's only the 7th minute, mind you, and makes it 1-0. And it was as I said, it was a very good free kick, and Celtic continued to impress. Cavacar, I think his name is, probably butchered that. Was very impressive, very fast down the middle. He was going out wide, and I'll get on to talking about him later. But first half didn't really have much excitement, but one chance I want to discuss is Kersadies. Kersadies had a trusty, made a mistake at the back, was through and goal, and Schmeichel makes a big save. That could end up to be a title winning save for Celtic. It could be a title losing save for Hearts. So, or it could just give Rangers that pathway into the title. But they go into half time 1-0 to Celtic, but I think Derek McInnes has had a way of motivating these players. I don't know what it is, but they came out on the front foot. They were doing quite well. Get a corner kick straight away, Stuart Finlay goal, back post. That's one player that I think has been influential in this Hearts up push, because he's getting goals, and he's one of the best signings I've made. I think Dennis McInnes obviously knew him, so that's probably helped, contributed. But Hearts have got a big plus in Stuart Finlay. But the game kind of goes on for a wee bit. But Celtic don't take long to kind of come back. And that Cavacar, as I said, he was bolting about like he had a couple of monsters, guys, and goes down the left wing and gets across into Yang. Yang just bangs it right into the net, and Celtic are 2-1 up, and you just felt that Hearts weren't going to come back, even though they were doing so good this season. You just felt it was like the Martin O'Neill effect. But right after the kick-off, Kavaraka, I'm going to do terrible at name pronunciations, guys, so just be prepared if you're subscribed to the channel and have post notifications on. No, but basically, as soon as the kick off, he gets a yellow card and then gets substituted. So Martin O'Neill had put his stance down quite firmly. But what happens next is controversial, because you'll have two sides of the argument, as always. So trusty Kabori is Hearts put a kind of through ball, and any other player probably hasn't catched. Shanklin's not catched it because Shanklin's not got the best of pace, but Kabori is, because he's he's probably one of the fastest in the SPFL. So Hearts put a through ball through Trusty just before Kabori could get to it. Pulls him down. And at first glance you're like, no, that's not a red card. But the more you look at it, it is a red card because he's put him down. He's pretty much the last man. Liam Scales is not catching him. What I will say is the ball direction is the big factor here, and I think people are forgetting how fast the player is. So in my general opinion, these decisions have to be based off the player, not and every factor that can be involved. For example, the ball, where the ball direction is. So the referee's office looked at that and like, well, the ball direction, yes, but the player who's getting to it will get to it. You know what I mean? So that is the argument. I think that's a good argument because if it was any other player, that wouldn't be a sender off, but it would be a booking. But that Kabori was getting to it, and that's the only argument I can make for that. After that, it was all Hearts, to be fair. Celtic were doing alright in the counter-attack, and then what happens next? Hearts get another free kick, and Celtic were warned, because Hearts have been quite good at free kicks this season, and get a free kick, goes into the box. It's a second ball and Braga just smashes it past everybody, and it really showed what Hearts were all about because they wanted to win this game. Both sides at the end of the game, by the way, said they were disappointed, but looking for an overall, after watching the game, I think Hearts should have won. Mind you, I think the red card had a big influence, and that's why it's so controversial. If Celtic ended up winning, nobody would talk about it. If Hearts ended up winning, everybody would talk about it because it's just the perception, a big game, big decision kind of thing. I don't really care about the decision. It's just we need to see referees make more consistent decisions because every factor is obviously going to make an impact. But after that, there was 8 minutes added on, and Hearts get a ball on the edge of the box and he shoots, and it looks like it takes a deflection, but it hits the bar. And if that went in, that would have probably been a title winning goal, but it never. So in the game ended 2-each. I think if you asked a Rangers fan, they would take that result any day because that means they overleap Celtic and are 4 points behind Hearts. But if you asked a Hearts or Celtic fan, I think Hearts would have said a draw or a win, and Celtic would say a win. So I think Celtic fans will go away today kind of worrying that they might not win the title because they still need to go to Pittodrie, Ibrox, might need to go to Tynecastle again if the split works out that way, and they have to go to Rangers away. So it's like every other team. It's like the actual run-in for this title is very interesting. You let me know what you think. I'm still on the fence and I think Hearts might just edge it. So if you did enjoy this kind of content, guys, remember to leave a like, put in post notifications, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day, guys. Keep smiling and good